ultimate route to JEE success with JEE Test Prep app by Extra Marks. Adaptive testing platform, India's top faculty, micro-scheduling, live and recorded sessions, doubt-solving sessions, national level weekly tests, analytics and reports. Download the app now.
Hello everyone, welcome to Extra Marks. My name is Neha. About myself, I have completed my education from IIT Hyderabad, and since last 5 years, I am teaching and mentoring thousands of students who are preparing for JEE as well as NEET. In these last 5 years, I have produced several ranks in JEE as well as NEET. So today, I come up with the most important questions on inorganic. So we at the Extra Marks are trying to improve your score for JEE and trying to keep your preparation day by day better. So here is the class. So I hope this class is going to be very beneficial for all of you and will help you in your JEE preparation. So here it is. So as you can see, the first question, the ionization enthalpy have been asked for the group 13 element. So students, this particular question belongs to the exceptions of the periodic property, and these are very important. So I just want to give you a tip. So please take a short notes, write every exception of the periodic table on a piece of paper so that your studies, your score would not hamper. So as you can see, in this particular question, they are asking group 13 ionization enthalpy order. How this is going to be. So we know that group 13 is these elements. Now coming to the ionization enthalpy. So these aluminium and gallium have approximately similar sizes. So when you compare the ionization energy of gallium should be higher than that of aluminium. So here trend break. So you have to remember this particular point. Gallium have high ionization energy as compared to aluminium. But the regular trend says that the ionization energy should decrease down the group. So here the trend break. So you have to remember this particular exception. So now which option is saying this theory? So now as you can see, boron will have highest, then there should be aluminium, and after aluminium gallium comes, and after gallium then indium, and then thallium, the regular order. So this is expressing in the option D. So I hope this is clear. So let's move on to the another question. So here it is. In this particular question, they have been asking which is the Lewis acid. So now the four options are given. So what is a Lewis acid? So Lewis acid are those which can accept electron pair, and who can accept electron pair, which are electron deficient, or we can say that Lewis acid are electron deficient species, or they should have vacant orbital. Out of all these four example, AlCl3 have a vacant p orbital. So yes, it is a Lewis acid. Another rest three are not. So A is the correct choice. Okay, so let's move on to the another question. As you can see, they are asking this carbide on hydrolysis gives which product. So guys, please remember, please make a short note on the carbides also, which specific carbide which give specific product on hydrolysis. So magnesium carbide on hydrolysis gives propyne. So the product will be magnesium hydroxide as well as C3H4, which exactly look like this one, propyne. So which is the correct choice? B. So let's move on to another question. As you can see, in this particular question, they are asking the bond order has increased as well as the magnetic behavior has changed. So you have to look at the correct option. How can you do this one? So this belongs to the MOT, molecular orbital theory, and it says bond order is equals to half of bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons. So when you calculate for carbon, so I'm just taking the one example, so C2. So let's calculate for C2. The electronic configuration is written as sigma 1s, 1s star, then 2s, then 2s star, and then pi 2p x, pi 2p y, and then in continuation sigma 2pz. So I'm considering Z as an internuclear axis. So now you have to fill how many electrons? 12. So let's try to fill the 12 electron. So as you can see, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 and 2. So 12 electrons here. So when you calculate the bond order, guys, this star represent anti-bonding orbitals, anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, so here the bond order will be equal to half. How many bonding electrons are there? 2, 4, 6 and 8. Minus anti-bonding will be 2 plus 2 will be 4. So now when you calculate, bond order comes out to be 2. Similarly, you can calculate for C2 plus. So when you calculate for C2 plus, students, so what will happen? C2 plus means one electron will be removed, and one electron will be removed. So it becomes this pi 2p. Why? Everything will remain same, but there will be only one electron instead of 2. Now the bond order become half 8, because bonding electron, now bonding electron will reduce to 1, become 7, and anti-bonding remains same 4. Now as you can see, the bond order become 1.5 here. Is it fine? And when you look at the magnetic moment, magnetic property, C2 was, as you can see, diamagnetic because all the electron were paired. But in case of C2 plus, so I'm just writing down in the another slide. So C2 plus, because it is having one unpaired electron in the bonding pi orbital, so we can say it will be paramagnetic. Now for this particular option, because we got the answer here, similarly you can solve for the rest of the options. So now the correct choice will be A. As you can see, because C2 plus have bond order 1.5 and it is having bond order 2, and also the magnetic behavior is changing. So again you can see for the rest of the option, and when you solve this one, all the three options become incorrect. So correct choice will be A. Okay, so let's move on to the another question here. So this question belong to the coordination complex, and now as you can see, they are asking which is the incorrect stability order. So the stability depends on the CFSC value. So stability depends on how many factors. First is n value, principal shell. As n value increases, stability increases. Another point, so I am just writing down stability or CFSC. Or CFSC, both are same thing, depends on. More is the CFSC, more will be the stability. So that depends on following factor. First factor is N. N is the principal shell. More is the N, more will be stability. So it is directly proportional, we can write. Another is depends on oxidation state. More is the oxidation state, more will be the stability. Fine. Another factor on the ligand field. So for strong field ligand, strength will be more, stability will be more stability. And for weak field ligand, stability will be less stability. So with the help of these three options, we can check out of the 4 option which is going to be correct. So as you can see, so first option, now you can see NH3,4, EN2 and triethine. So now what is the difference? So as you can see, denticity is different. And one more point we can add here also, more is the denticity, more will be stability. So more denticity, more stability. Or in which compound there is a chelating ligand, that will be more stable. So now as you can see, so is this particular statement is correct because this will be more stable than this one, then this one. So A is the correct option, but they are asking for the incorrect. So this is not going to be the correct answer. Another is, as you can see, so all the complexes are of iron, but the ligand is different here. So here ammonia, then NO2, then H2O. Just now I told you guys, ligand field pe they depend. Stronger the ligand, more is the stability. So now NO2 minus is a stronger ligand than NH3. So this is a stronger ligand, so its compound will be more stable than the compound which contains ammonia as a ligand. So this is incorrect statement. And this is going to be our answer. So let's look at the other options also. Now as you can see, so cobalt belong to 3D, this belong to 4D, this belong to 5D series. Okay, so now this is going to be more stable than this one, than this one. So this is the correct choice, correct option. Now as you can see in this particular question, chromium NH3 plus 1, then oxidation state is plus 2, then oxidation state is plus 3. Just now I told you more is the oxidation state, more will be the stability. So this is also the correct statement but the incorrect answer. So the correct answer will be B. Okay, so I hope this question is clear to all of you. The field strength is clear to all of you. Let's move on to the another question. Here it is. So this particular question belongs to, as you can see, the P block elements, and they are asking whenever you are adding HNO3, which of the following equation is incorrectly written. You have to tell which is incorrectly written. So for these particular question, you must know what is the reaction and what are the product form. So P4 when react to HNO3, what HNO3 does, what is the work of HNO3? So HNO3 is a stronger oxidizing agent. So it is an oxidizing agent. It will completely oxidize the compound. So P4 will be oxidized to H3PO4. You have to remember the reactions. You have to learn the reactions. Yes, this is a correct statement. P4 will be oxidized to H3PO4. I2 will be oxidized to HiO4. Is it correct? No. I2 will be oxidized not till HiO4. The correct choice will be HiO3. So HNO3 oxidizes I2 to HiO3, not HiO4. So this is incorrectly written. And our correct answer. Okay. So this is our correct answer. So B is the correct choice. Now coming to the C also, sulfur will be oxidized to H2SO4 in presence of HNO3. Yes, this is the correct reaction and incorrect answer. So the correct answer will be B. Okay, clear? So for these type of a question, you have to remember the reaction. You have to learn the reaction. Okay, so let's move on to the another question. Here it is. So they are asking the product of oxidation of I- with MnO4 in alkaline medium. This is really very interesting question. Many times JEE asks this question and puzzle all of you. So how to solve this question? Because I see many of the students answered this question wrong. So what is the correct answer? So whenever, as you can see, MnO4- is a stronger oxidizing agent. Yes, it is an oxidizing agent. So it should oxidize I-. Please remember, whenever the condition changes, the product is also going to be changed. If the question have been given in acidic medium, the correct choice will be I2. But here they are asking in basic medium. Whenever the basic medium is given, I- will be oxidized to IO3-. Please remember this one. Please remember this one. I- in presence of basic medium, in presence of MnO4, MnO4- will be oxidized to IO3-, not I2. Many students did this question correct in the previous years. You have to be very focused while solving such type of reaction, while solving such type of questions. Okay, so the correct answer will be IO3-. So as you can see, in inorganic chemistry, direct question have been asked, and to solve this, you should know the direct knowledge. For this, you have to learn the reactions, you have to learn the exception. Please make a short note on the exception of periodicity, on the exception of chemical bonding, and learn in this way. If you are learning in this way, you are doing well. So to learn the inorganic chemistry, you have to follow these steps. So I am always there. So to improve your learning, to upgrade your learning, please log on to the Extra Marks, and also you can improve your score, you can improve your learning by enrolling into the Extra Marks test series also. So keep on learning, keep on practicing. Good luck. Thank you all.
For more such videos, please like, share and subscribe to Extra Marks Test Prep YouTube channel.